hello, and welcome again. We are back. Welcome to Roland's Reviews. And let me start off by saying I would like to wish all of our mothers a very happy Mother's Day. Um, and I hope that people are being nice and doing really nice things for you. All right. So, do me one small favor. You can do something. I'm not a mother, but you can do something nice for me. You can hit that little thumb, the like button. That tells YouTube that um, you are definitely enjoying this content and uh, possibly we can trigger the YouTube algorithm and bring more people into the conversation. Also, if you've been watching the channel for a while and are not subscribed, please do so now if you are enjoying the content. I will do the roll call momentarily. If you would like for me to call your name during the roll call, all you need to do is say hello or send an emoji, whichever. That way I can see that you are present. So we're going to have a little fun today. Once I discuss this subject matter, I have a little game for us to play. And the winner takes all. I have a cash prize via Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle for today's winner. How you doing, Honeybee? I don't have any children, but thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and do the roll call. Toy Mafia, how are you? Tube State, how you doing? Tina, of course, is here. How are you doing, love? Chubbs, happy Mother's Day to you and all the mothers as well. Bakmari, how are you? Hello, everybody from Norfolk, Virginia. We'll be able to listen to the show and comment today. My work schedule is a little bit on the slack side. Yay! All right. Baldwin Birds, thank you. How are you doing? Honeybee, and where are we? Honeybee said, my students count. Thank you, Honeybee. How are you doing, Isaiah? Now, today to play the game, um, it will may be easier for you. The demographics on this channel, it may be easier for uh, my Generation Xers Plus to use a computer. I'm going to put the game up, and all you do is put in the code, and then you start answering the questions, and that will determine who wins. So it's out of my hands. I don't determine. I'll have it up on the screen so you can see who the winner is. And as long as you have Zelle or Venmo or Cash App, I can send you your Mother's Day gift. All right. Tell me what you think in reference to this subject matter. We know it has gone viral. People have been talking about it. Now, remember, when I talk about subject matter, I always look at it through the lens of an educator. And let me go ahead and go over the title. The NAACP wants Shiloh Hendricks charged with hate speech crime for calling 5-year-old the N-word. Now, I think most of us are familiar with this situation. This happened up in Minnesota. Go figure, right? Where all the George Floyd protests and all of that, the BLM protesting was going on. Jasmine, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Hit that like button, love. Share this stream out on your various forms of social media. If you have Facebook, Instagram, Truth Social, whatever, share it. Bring more people into the conversation. That is much appreciated. And happy Mother's Day to you, Jasmine. All right. Okay, so again, um, Pierce Morgan had a little panel. And again, we always talk about the hypocrisy. And me looking at it from my lens, I often tell students at the school, first of all, what do you think I hear the students calling each other all day long out in the hallway? How you doing, Chris? And of course, this is YT, so we can't really say the whole thing, but you can type a letter or two or three and we'll know what you're talking about. And so the way I look at it, So freedom of speech has to be honored. So you can't have hypocrisy where one person can say this person can't. That causes divisiveness. Yes, honeybee, all day long, the students are calling each other that in the halls of the schools. Now, and I've taught at several different districts, so nothing different. Baldwin Bird said, I can definitely confirm that. Thank you, Baldwin Birds. Truth bomb. So people know I'm not sitting here making this up. And so this has to be the most idiotic story of the year. So I guess slow news cycle. I don't know. And so many loonies on the left are losing it. They want this woman crucified, burned at the stake, you name it, they want it. But for calling now, first of all, let me preface it because I know people are going to be in my comment section. Oh my God. First of all, talking to a child, a 5-year-old child who has autism that way, that's not acceptable. But we have to honor free speech, folks. We can't say, well, this person can say it, but this person cannot. Tina, NAACP would be hypocrites if they charged her with hate crime, but at the same time, she should not have called the 5-year-old the N-word. Tina, exactly. People are idiots. We know that. So let them, who cares what people say? I tell my students this all the time. And again, like I said, I'm saying this, I'm sure some people some people who have selective hearing aren't going to hear this part of it that I'm saying. It was wrong for her to call a small 5-year-old autistic child the N-word. That was wrong. Every day people do things they shouldn't do. That's life. And again, the people who are so upset, particularly Mark Lamont Hill, he was on the Pierce Morgan show. He called himself that on the show. And he got so upset. What are you doing? How many of you remember when Imus was on the radio, very popular talk show host on the radio? And he was canceled because of what he said about the girls' basketball team. He was saying that Candace, what's her name? Parker, the basketball player, she and her teammates were nice looking. The other girls, he called them nappy something. You know what he called them. Nappy-headed garden tools. How you doing, Diane? Happy Mother's Day to you and the kiddies. Thank you. Robert, that little boy shouldn't have stolen from her. His parents should have said something to him. Right. I don't know where the parents were with this whole situation. But again, he's 5 years old. Yeah, Robert, I understand, and again, obviously that's, the language she uses, but he's 5 years old. He had autism, and she said he was taking things out of her diaper bag or whatever. People just don't have respect anymore. Right, Tina? And no one knows. Because the first thing as an educator, where were the parents? Honest question. What does the NAACP suggest happened to young Mr. Anthony? Honeybee, who knows? They're according to them, he's just scarred for life. We know with them, everything's a photo op. They're pretty much useless. All right. So anyway, again, the little boy was wrong. She was wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. And again, obviously, this is how she responds, right? So anyway, Tina, why did she not go to the parents if she had a problem with the little boy? Tina, right? There's so many unanswered questions. The fact that she used the N-word on camera has the loonies losing their minds. They're losing it. And then, like I said, woke activist Mark Lamont Hill, he lost it on. I thought he was just gonna just go to pieces on the Pierce Morgan show. Big Cheese, yeah, the kid, he's 5 years old. and he has autism. Diane, yes, this woman should be made to answer, but we also have to take into account how we allow other cutters to say that word openly. And see, Diane, this was my thing. Even when that happened so long ago with Imus, you know, the double standards, you can't have that. So, because some people are like, well, she used the N word with the hard R. You know, whereas if you don't use it with the hard R, then it's okay. So, you know, if you don't want the word, and a white man said this on TikTok yesterday, if you don't like the word being used, why are you using it? I'm just saying. And so and Mark Lamont Hill said he uses the word he calls, he honestly admitted he calls Black Americans N-word, but he almost lost his stuff. But the white lady up on the panel with him, oh my God, the world's going to end if she uses it. Chubbs, having grandkids and 4 kids, children are going to get into stuff, especially if they don't know it's wrong. That lady should have just said, no, don't do that. Not calling a child. Yeah, he is a child, Chubbs. And you know, she has over $700,000. So I'm just thinking, was this a money grab? Because she went to complaining about how she and her family's in danger, and she went straight to Go Send Me or something like that. That website. What is it? I have it. Go Send Go. And so again, in this life, people will do and say things they shouldn't. We know that. Baldwin, I've seen similar situations happen so much. I'm not surprised this happens too much. Okay, Baldwin, yeah. Diane, when I was a young lady and Roots was released, if anyone used that word, you may get a beat down. And so, Diane, what may happen? Okay, and you're right. I remember that. And so people can, but with the First Amendment, freedom of speech, people can say what they want. There may be repercussions, but hey, you can't stop them from saying it. Chris, to all the ladies in here, thank you, Chris. Smart Final, more donations from stupid people, more requests for money. Smart Final. Right. I'm thinking, was this a money grab? You know, so people do things and they know they get on, request money, and people just send it. She has over $700,000 and now she's asking for $1 million. So she made those comments and now she's gonna have a lot of money. Robert, the parents should have been on and apologized to her right away. Yeah, the parents were never, I don't know what the situation is. Oh my God, Mark Lamont Hill thinks men can have it. Right, Honeybee, he's one of the loonies. Yes. I don't understand how people can make money off of being racist. Tina, I don't know, but again, the people are sending her money like you would not believe. So, but again, I can respect someone who tells you, show me or tell me what you are, rather than hide, pretend to be something that you're not. So, and with Mark Lamont Hill, he just total hypocrisy. Yeah, so let me show you the video. The first video I want to share with you. Those of you who are here, stick around. Before the live is over, we will play a game, and the winner will win a cash gift. Mother's Day gift. All right. You have to have Cash App, Zelle, or at least Venmo. That way I can send you your gift. All right. So let's play this because the NAACP is losing their mind as usual, pretending to be upset when we know all they really care about are illegals. Here we go.
Members of the community in Rochester gathering to rally and call for charges for a woman seen using racial slurs in a video that went viral last week. Crowdfunding sites are now seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars raised for both the woman and the family on the receiving end of those comments.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about this story. Fox 9's Rob Olson was there for that rally today and joins us now live in Rochester. Rob, really quite the situation down in southeast Minnesota tonight.
Yeah, it's been a week now since this happened, and it really keeps growing here. The emotions keep growing, and the response keeps growing as well. There's going to be another rally here at Soldiers Field Park in Rochester, due to start here at any minute. There'll be a town hall meeting hosted by the NCAA Rochester the NAACP in Rochester. That will happen on Wednesday evening. And of course, that noon rally today where people are very, very emotional about what happened and really also what's happened since.
We need to stand together for the right of all people.
On the steps of Rochester City Hall, a crowd of about 75 people called for unity in the face of racism.
Our city is facing a crisis.
It's a crisis because one white woman called a 5-year-old child the N-word. So again, folks, who can say what, right? We've been saying that since Imus was canceled. Why is this such a crisis? And I think it's very ironic. It's happening right there in Minnesota, of course, with all the BLM and the George Floyd riots and you know, everything that went along with that. So again, I would much rather people show me who they are, the true you. Don't hide. So this is such a crisis. Again, what's the NAACP doing for the people there in the community? How about that? So again, always focus on the wrong things. Tina, a white woman doing exactly what they were doing and they're complaining. Right. That's what I'm saying, Tina. Why is it so bad that she's doing it? Mark Lamont Hill on the panel called himself that. He said he uses the word. Why can he use it, but she can't? All right, I'll continue.
Crisis that has become far too familiar. Hate crimes and acts of racism are on an uptick in our community.
A rally that also called for criminal charges against a woman caught on video in a video that's gone global.
Justice needs to be more than a word right now. It needs to become a standard. Okay?
It was 1 week ago in this Rochester playground when a white woman was overheard using a racial slur towards a 5-year-old boy. She'd accused the boy of trying to steal from her own toddler's diaper bag. A bystander confronted her, and the video, which we are not showing, and in which she repeated the slurs, soon went viral. The woman named Shiloh then launched a fundraiser to protect her own family. It's raised nearly $700,000. She writes that they fear they might have to move after extreme threats online, and donations have come with even more incendiary racial comments.
Honestly, the incident itself was horrific, you know, accosting a child and then apparently prideful about it. But the fundraising after has just really thrown folks for a loop, including myself.
In both the rally and the brief march that followed came more calls again for criminal charges. Police did finish their investigation over the weekend. The city and county attorneys will now decide if, in fact, any laws were broken.
Well, we want her to be prosecuted, and we want to continue spreading love. You got to spread love.
Again, no word on exactly how long it could take to decide if there's any criminal charges here, whether it's city or county level, misdemeanor or felony level. We'll be waiting on that as they review this incident to see again if there's a crime here or not. The NAACP did have a fundraiser as well for the family of the child involved in this. That fundraiser went more than $300,000. They've since shut it.
Did everyone hear that? So the perpetrator in this situation, she has over 700,000. The child and his family, over 300,000. This sounds like a money grab, folks. Money, money, money. The NAACP had the fundraiser. Hit that like button for me, please, folks. I will continue.
Down, but they say that will go to help that family as well as support other social justice issues. Live in Rochester, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
Yeah, a story that has now made national news, so we are staying on top of this, of course. Thank you, Rob.
All right. So what are your thoughts on that, folks? And again, Maga Maha has an excellent point. And from some of the videos I've been watching here on YouTube, it's called Black Fatigue. And people are sick and tired of having to watch what they say. Maga Maha says, Tina, so many people are so sick of being called a racist without doing anything racial. It has turned into a loony bin. They want to support her because they are sick of the double standards. Again, when you have double standards, that causes divisiveness, folks. It does. Glenn, for all those sending money to any of these clowns, I don't want to hear a word about the economy. Glenn, That's what I was going to say. These people are complaining about job loss, about the price of eggs and other food products. They have money. She has over 700,000. Her goal is $1 million. I'm going to show you her page. And then the NAACP started that fundraiser for the family. They have over 300,000. This is a complete money grab on both sides now. Smart Final said the NAACP, you know they're going to get their cut. We know that. How you doing, Lisa? Tina, Miss Rowland, we are in the wrong business. Right. Tina, you're right. How you doing, U.S. Army and Chubbs? Both of you, thank you for your service. People who call others racist don't even understand the meaning of the term. Yeah, and they're just so used to just, if someone disagrees with you and they're a different color, it has to be racism or white supremacy. It's ridiculous. So let me show you. And I'm just watching this like, what the heck? Let me show you. This Mark Lamont here. Yeah, he's a loony. He thinks men can have children. So I don't know what else you need to know about him, but he is something. So anyway, now I need to show you the video. How you doing, Ken? Thank you. Ken's always nice when you're here. Thank you for the Mother's Day wishes. Okay. All right. So yeah, this guy, Mark Lamont here, a so-called activist. I think he's an author as well. He called himself the N-word on Pierce's show. And he said, hey, I use the word all the time. And then when Pierce told this woman to the right, a TikToker, to use the word, oh, he lost his mind. Lily Gaddis, I think is her name. She's a TikToker. He was like, oh, no, we can't have that. So again, that causes divisiveness. A little hypocrisy, maybe? Yeah, I think so. So he became very upset when Pierce invited her. And Pierce was beside himself. Oh, my God. But hey, I would rather know where someone stands. Tell me how you feel. Hey, don't hide it and smile when you hate my guts. Tina, blacks and whites using each other to get rich. Tina, say it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back. I wouldn't be surprised if we come to find out this was a charade. U.S. Army retired. The word racist no longer has the impact it once had. Used so often, we're numb to it. Exactly. And that's what's going on, you know. So let's see what this guy is talking about. Let me see.
Hit like and subscribe. You're watching the Mark Lamont Hill.
Now, remember, he thinks men can have babies. Okay, so that's a little
peace, family. This is your brother Mark Lamont Hill. I'm here today to talk about something that happened on the Piers Morgan show last night. I was on Piers, as I often am, to discuss issues around race, issues around society, and you know, it's often controversial. We often don't agree, and I often leave frustrated. But this time was different. For once, me and Piers weren't even on a different side of the aisle. Me and Piers were basically agreeing. But the conversation was around this white woman who was caught on tape using the N-word against a 5-year-old black autistic child. And no one, let me take that back. Piers wasn't disagreeing that was wrong. He was just asking the question, you know, what does it mean for there to be a GoFundMe for this woman? A GoFundMe, which is worth now over $500,000 for this white woman. At the same time, of course, there's a GoFundMe for Carmelo Anthony, the young man who's accused of stabbing a white, or he's charged with murder now, not just stabbing, but with murder, for killing a white classmate, which he says was in self-defense. And so we were having a debate about, are the GoFundMes the same? Obviously, the people who are supporting Carmelo Anthony aren't saying, yeah, go out there and stab somebody. The people who are supporting Carmelo Anthony are saying, hey, we think he was wrongfully charged. There's more to this story. It was self-defense. It wasn't an act of aggression. We want to investigate the case, and the GoFundMe is used to build a legal defense. That's very different than the people who are funding this white woman.
So you see how he's making a difference between the cases, right? He talks like the race hustlers. So you know where we're going with this, but I still wanted you to hear him actually talk.
They're not saying she's wrongfully accused. They're not saying she's railroaded. They're saying she did it. And if you read the comments, they're saying, yo, she should be able to use the N-word. And so we have this conversation. I don't know who's coming on. I don't usually ask on debating because, to be honest, it don't matter. I feel confident that I'm a defeat bad arguments no matter who makes them. I'm going to defend my side no matter who's talking to me. But I found out it's Myron Gaines. Some of y'all know him from the Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know much about him, but everything I've seen has been disgusting. I've seen him and his crew physically attack a woman, a black woman, of course. I've seen him say anti-Semitic slurs. Not just slurs, but just the worst anti-Semitic shit. I've seen him say the worst things about black women, the worst things about black communities, black people, and of course.
So another leftist loony who's emotional, and they're just words, and they just go to pieces. So he was triggered, right, on the Pierce Morgan show. U.S. Army, blacks hate the N-word, but if you listen, when two black men greet each other, it's usually the second word out of their mouth. Well, U.S. Army, that's what we're saying. Why is it okay for black Americans to use the term, but the world ends if a white American uses it? And I've never understood that, but even with who's that rap artist, Eminem, as popular as he was, he never used the N-word in his rap songs. And I often wondered about that. U.S. Army said is playing the violin. Right. Let me continue.
He's not a black American. He just pretends to be one. His name isn't even Myron Gaines, but he pretends to be one so that he can make conservatives happy. And it looks like, oh, here's a black man finally speaking the truth about his people. He ain't our people. Like they say, they ain't like us. He ain't like us. And I was on with this white TikToker. What is her name? She's so unimportant. I almost don't want to give her credit by saying her name, but I will, because one, I want to be accurate, and two, I want people to know that she's trash. You know what I mean? So her name is
So she's honest with you and tells you she uses the N-word. She admits to being a racist. Hey, I can respect that. You're not in my face pretending, right? We have too many pretenders, right? Hey, I'd rather know face value, what you are. All right, I'll continue.
Lily, what is her name? I just had it.
Her name is Lily Gaddis.
Lily Gaddis. Lily Gaddis is her name. And we're going back and forth. I'm explaining to them why what they're saying is stupid. I'm explaining to them how absurd it is that we're even having a debate about whether you should call a 5-year-old autistic black child the N-word. I mean, what are we talking about? But at the end of the debate, at the end of what was basically a 1-hour conversation, Piers is still pressing this woman about the N-word. Earlier in the show, she said, yes, I use the N-word. She said, I use the N-word. I say it freely. She said, I am a racist. She did not deny that. At the end, though, it got even worse. Piers was trying to really point out that she was a racist. He was trying to really show who and what she was about. And so Piers invites her, dares her, really, is probably a better way of saying it, to use the N-word. Here's what he said. Check this out.
And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will
go
not
on then,
have
say it. Say
you
the
will
M.
not have
Go on, say the M word. Go on.
No.
Don't invite. No. I don't want you to invite.
This is where this race hustler was triggered. That's okay, Tijuana. He lost it. And like I said, if you listen, Mark Lamont Hill calls himself the N-word. And he said he hears it all the time. He uses it all the time. But because this white woman says, hey, she's honest. I'm racist and I use it. Hey, he loses his stuff. Here you go. Let me continue.
Right, this woman to say.
Let me pause for a minute, because this is where it is crazy to me. My head was spinning. I already had to hear Myron Gaines say all this wild shit about black people. I already had to hear the slurs or
the typical emotional, out of control loony.
The stereotypes. I already had to hear the lies and the disrespect of black people. I already had to watch all of that ridiculousness. But now he's saying, go ahead, use the N-word. Now, I think two things are going on in Piers Morgan's mind right here. Thing number one, I want to see if I can get her to really put a spotlight on her own racist self. I want to show the world how fucked up she is. I think that is on his list. I don't think it's number one on his list, but I think it's on his list. I think number one is if I can get this white woman to say the N-word, if I can get this white woman to say nigger on national television, international television, the ratings are going to be crazy.
So you see now he's saying that, you know, Pierce was doing it for ratings, but no. Hey, again, I would say kudos to her for letting us know. How you doing, Tijuana border jumper? Tina, I don't like the N-word. None of mine says it because I won't allow it. But why can't people respect each other? Tina, people don't respect each other anymore. Those days are gone. That's a problem. And Chubbs, don't see anyone suing Hollywood for using the N-word. For example, the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The word was used in that movie. Nobody got upset. Yeah, so people, again, pick and choose, Chubbs, and that's an issue. How you doing, Chris? And that's a problem. Piers Morgan is a tool. He flip-flops all the time. Even his own country doesn't want him. Yeah, and we know what this is about, folks. We already know. Here we go.
Now, I know some of y'all are like, what's the, you know, what do you do in that situation? As he's saying, I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't expect that. I already didn't expect to be on with a self-identified white racist. Pierce says he didn't know that she was a racist. And I've never been on anything with Myron Gaines, so I didn't expect that either. But then it gets stupid. And
Tijuana border jumper, yes. I have to read this. If you ask me, there are way more important things to be concerned about. Tijuana, before you joined the live chat, I said that. The NAACP is up here on a panel. Oh, the world is coming to an end because a white woman called a 5-year-old autistic boy the N-word. There are more important things they need to be concerned with. And as Tina said earlier, people don't respect other people. And we know people of all races and ethnicities and nationalities do things they shouldn't do. The world will not end because of that. Anything that takes the focus off of God Almighty is a distraction. Quit letting emotions run your life. Tijuana, that's what we said. The people get so triggered. Chris said he's an English fool. Magamaha, free speech cannot be free speech because you have feelings. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I hear students in the school, oh, you can't say that, or that hurt my feelings. What? What are you talking about? And I've told plenty of students, when you get out there in the cold, cruel world, there is no way you can make it. I had a football player tell me this years ago. He was sitting in a chair. I asked him to move to I said, get that chair. I said, and move over there. He was like, oh, wow. That was, that was wrong. I said, what are you talking about? So everything hurts people's feelings. And I grew up watching All in the Family, Sanford and Son. No one cares. Like I tell students, no one cares about your feelings. Wait until you when you leave this school. You'll see. Piers Morgan is two-faced and starts a lot of things. A black man speaking as a racist, so is the white one. Right, Tina? Exactly. Let me continue.
I had to respond. Here's what I did.
Go on.
No.
Hang on. No. I don't want you to.
Piers, don't tell me to hang on. No, it's your show. I don't care. Not now. Not with this.
Invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me.
Do you hear him? A racially harmful term. What are you going to die because she uses that word and you use it yourself all the time? You called yourself one on this exact same show. Political correctness is not very correct. No, it's not.
Because I'm the only on here. So if she's,
you hear what he just said? I'm the only N-word on here. He just called himself that. But the world is going to end if a woman who admits she's racist, she calls him that, the world's over. Now you tell me that makes sense. If Lily Gaddis calls him that, the world will end. He lost his stuff.
Says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her.
Did you hear what he said? I'm the victim Oh my God. The victimhood is real. Tijuana border jumper. When I lived in England, I was called Paki as a slur to Pakistanis. I never heard that word before, so it held no value except to the English bloke who used it. Tijuana border jumper, as I tell students often, who gives a care what someone calls you? It's not that serious. Tina, if they manage to bring hate charges on that lady for saying the N-word, we have no free speech. Tina, that's what the leftist loonies are trying to do. And let's be clear. We've said it now. These black race hustlers, they are allowed to say whatever they want. No one says a word. Why is that? So I think, you're going to have more white people coming out. They're sick of it. And when the black race hustlers are saying, harmful things or hurtful things, it's okay. They're black. No one says anything to them. Again, double standards cause divisiveness. Anthony Capone, my issue is that Shiloh said it to a little kid. Anthony, right. And Anthony, we said that was wrong. A 5-year-old autistic child. It's a child. There's no bones about it. We said that was wrong. And we also said, as Tina will attest to, you have people in this country every day who do things they shouldn't do. And people don't respect each other. That's the current society we're living in. U.S. Army, sticks and stones can break my bones, but please don't throw sticks and stones. Right. And again, I'm a Generation Xer. I don't give a care. As I tell students often, I don't care who says what about me. I don't care. I don't. Who cares what they say? All right, here we go.
Ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here.
Now, pause again. You see their faces? This loser's smiling and laughing and she's happy as hell, right? Now, I know y'all saying I gave them the satisfaction because I got angry. I didn't get angry, by the way. This isn't me angry. Anybody knows me knows I'm not actually angry. I'm being animated because I needed to stress this.
That's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. And one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous.
Now, people say you call him an Uncle Tom. I did. I never call people Uncle Toms on TV. I don't believe that because somebody is conservative or because somebody is on the right or because somebody has a different opinion than me, that they are an Uncle Tom or that they're a sellout, even if I don't agree with their politics. This dude, I think, is a sellout and an Uncle Tom because
he doesn't even know the meaning of Uncle Tom. And if he would take the time to read Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin, he would know that when you say, use the term Uncle Tom, there should not be a negative connotation applied to that. So he needs to read the book. How about that? Okay.
For one, the entire conversation, he's referring to blacks as those people, you people, them, they. He does not identify as one of us, and he shouldn't. He's not a black American. He is a fake black American. I'm not even making some kind of nativist claim here. This isn't like, you're not black enough to be. No. I'm saying something different. I'm saying that he is Sudanese. He is literally not from America. And if you ask him, even on the show, what he says is, I'm African American. Yeah, he's African American. He says in the true sense. Yeah, he's African American in the way that Elon Musk is African American. He's from South Africa and he's American citizenship, I guess, or whatever, right? So this man, whose name is not Myron Gaines, it's Amadou Fadl. Amadou Fadl is not a black American, but he pretends to be a black American so that when he talks shit about black Americans, and I don't even know if he's American, to be honest, but when he talks shit about them, it looks like it's coming from the inside. And that's why I don't respect it. He is literally a Sudanese immigrant who comes to the United States and pretends to be a black American and then says, we black Americans ain't shit. And when he gets really in his bag, he says, those people ain't shit. That's why I call him an Uncle Tom. And even here, you see he's holding up a flag. It got blurred out, but that flag says nigger on it, Nigger. The flag, he had a nigger flag in the tuck. Nobody who's not an Uncle Tom has a nigger ER flag in the tuck. Just saying.
would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do. But we already know she's racist. And I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you.
Racial harm to him. How is that? That is not harming you when you just called yourself that. What an oxymoron. Tijuana border jumper. Roland, it should be a required reading in high school. Instead, the gay CRT or other trash, they pushed it. Yeah, they should have people read that book, Tijuana border jumper. They don't have a clue. Magamaha, it's wrong either way. We live in a society that's calling wrong. Okay, I think I read that. Chubbs, Grady said to Esther, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Esther said, I'll get some sticks and stones, and the word that hurt you will be Esther. Yes, she did. Where are we here? U.S. Army. Now I remember why I don't watch Morgan. Facts. I don't either.
So I mentioned the Jewish thing. I think that's an important point to make. No one would say, hey, we think you're an anti-Semite. Oh, you are an anti-Semite? We'll call this Jewish person next to me a Jewish slur. Oh, you're homophobic? Call this gay person next to me a homophobic slur. Oh, whatever the thing is. Like, why would we invite that? And if you would do that, then that's even worse. I don't think they would, but I think there's something about Black people in the N-word that white people still feel some sense of ownership over or desire to have ownership over, where they're like, oh, yeah, you gotta let me have a little access to it. If I can't say it, at least let me and get this white woman to say it. And for what? She's already said, I use the N-word. She's already said, I'm a racist. Making her say it on national TV does not expose her anymore. It does not out her anymore. All it does is get racist.
Tina said, how can you be a fake Black American? Tina, if you do not agree with the liberal ideology, the democratic agenda, then they call you fake. You're not real. And if you're from an African country, oh yeah, they're saying you're not an FBA, which is, I think they're calling that foundational Black American. So then you don't count. Okay, so that's what I think what he's talking about.
Ratings, and I will not allow myself to be used in that way on this program. I will not allow racial harm to be invited to me.
U.S. Army, I'm glad you said that. This guy has proven to me he has 2 brain cells and both are racist. Yeah, we could improve race relations if people would stop playing games. These race hustlers like this man, Mark Lamont Hill, would come out and just say they're racist. This white lady up here, she's admitting it. Lily Gaddis, she's admitting if Mark Lamont Hill and the other poverty pimps, the race hustlers would come together, just admit what you are. Maybe we could get somewhere. This is part that he's part of the problem. She's admitting it. He's not. So the biggest problem is people claiming that they're fighting against racism, but they're racist, like this guy. And the race hustlers can say whatever, do whatever. So it's easier to me to deal with people when you know what they are, when they tell you, hey, this is what I am. Okay. And you've probably seen a lot of the viral videos the way I have, where people have called people the N-word, and then then you see fisticuffs. Who gives a care what people say to you? I don't know why people get so offended, so triggered. And if there are other forms of life in the galaxy, they're probably looking down on this planet like there can't be any intelligent life down there because of the stupid things that people do. So again, this happened as a result of the double standards, folks, and people are tired of it. And I don't feel she should be charged. Was it wrong for her to do? Yes. To a child? Yes. To an autistic child. But she doesn't need, because you go down, you open that Pandora's box, and we know the leftists want to stop free speech. You stop her from saying what she wants to say, they will not stop. They will continue. Freedom of speech, it has to be protected. So I don't think she should be charged. Do people make dumb moves? Yeah. Do people say things they shouldn't say? Yes. Do people do things they shouldn't do? Yes. But it's protected. Free speech. Maga Maha. Oh, I mean, Chubbs. The point was back in the day, people's feelings didn't get hurt like that. Right. Now everything hurts someone's feelings. It drives me nuts. And I see it firsthand in the schools. Maga Maha. They need to require an understanding of the Constitution, at least the Bill of Rights. So much crap would end if they understood what's happening. They're using all of this to strip. Right. People don't realize. Again, you open this Pandora's box. Oh, my God. I mean, it will be like Russia or China. It's dangerous. So I say, you can't stop. Hey, that's protected speech. First Amendment. Tina, with all these left-wing lunatics, I would be a fake American native. Glenn, how are you? Hill has 2 brain cells in a race, and both are tied for 3rd place. Oh my God. Steve, how you doing? Well, the race pimps keep it going like Jasmine Crockett, Al Sharpton, Maxine Waters. Hey, truth bomb. So again, as I think back, I never forget this really ramped up when Imus was canceled. And at that time, I was like, why can't he say that? But Black people say the same thing. And just to, again, at that time, I didn't realize, a lot that I realize now, but that never made sense to me. And now we know why. Okay. So let me see what else I had. I think that may be all. Yeah, I just wanted to show you. Yeah, some of these YouTube channels. That. Okay. Yeah, and the police investigated it. And those of you who are just coming in, is this our America? So a lot of people are just triggered. I'm just like, whatever. I guess I don't care what people say. I don't. So, but some of these people, they are just losing their marbles. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat, love. I'm sending you some hearts right now in the comment section. Hit that like button for me, folks. Tijuana says she was 1,000% wrong, and whoever gave her money is wrong too. This is an evil world. Tijuana, yes. And like I said, some people won't watch. And I'm going to put her Ghost Gibson go up. Some people won't watch the entire video. They have selective hearing, and then they'll go in the comment section saying some crazy things. Watch. Bach Mari, if they're worried about this, why is there not any process in Memphis where the 3 officers got found not guilty for beating that young? Bach, right. You're right. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Thank you too, DJ. Thank you. Protests. Bach, they said they weren't protesting anymore. Magamaha, as long as I am still breathing, it's still my America. I won't ever give it up without a fight. Okay, Magamaha. Steve, before you join the chat, that's what I said. Black people call white people names all the time. No big deal. So the shoe is coming on the other foot now. And people are upset. And the race hustlers, the NAACP having town halls, they are losing their marbles. And where was the same outrage? Again, these Black poverty pimps and race hustlers, they say horrible things about white people all the time. Nothing is said. U.S. Army, call me what you want. Just don't call me late for dinner or payday. Yes, I'm with you, U.S. Army. Who cares about words? People are stupid. People do things they shouldn't do. But this woman, again, look at how much money she's raised. And someone just gave $10 4 minutes ago. So I'm like you. I don't want to hear about, oh my God, people are struggling. People are giving her, a lot of people are giving anonymously. They don't want to be doxxed or something worse. But people are sending her money like you would not believe. That's what happens when you divide people. And people are sick and tired. Where are we here? I hope I didn't miss your comment. If I missed your comment, charge it to my head, not my heart. Where are we here? Okay. Yeah, so that's my review. Who can say what? Who can use what words based on their skin color? It's just a word, people. And as I tell students, like I've told some black students, and we have black, white, Asian, we have Hispanic, we have a mixture. But I've told the black students, you guys walk around here all day long calling each other that. So if someone else calls you that, you shouldn't have a problem with it. Someone tell me I'm wrong in the comment section. So again, I'll say this again for the people who can't hear too well. This was wrong, what she did. And then, she was doing some things with her tongue, and she stuck her middle finger out. So that's just who she is. As Tina said, hey, just people don't have respect any longer. And then the guy who was filming it, he's a SA offender, SO offender. So he wasn't even supposed to be in the park around children. So, and he's the one who filmed it. Go figure. Yes, Magamaha, until Jesus returns. But I tell people, ignore people. So you see her goal, $1 million. OMG. And those that are just joining, the NAACP has raised over $300,000 for the autistic boy and his family. Tina, making money off your skin color. America has gone crazy. That's right. And I agree. Anthony, when I was in school, I don't remember any black guys using that word. Anthony, yes, a total different culture now. They're doing a lot of things. They get a lot of that from, the rap artist. So yeah, this is what it's come down to. And this has helped me protect my family. Who knows? This may have been a scam from the start. Help me protect my family. Well, ma'am, you wouldn't have to protect your family if you weren't calling a 5-year-old autistic kid those names. So people do things. Who knows? People are going to go out. You know how people are. They'll go out and do the same thing and start a GoFundMe. This is how some people will do anything to make money. From what I understand, she wasn't a woman who had a lot of money to start with. So now she's good. But she's saying, I've been put in a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. I called the kid out for what he was. And then, of course, you see it here. Another man who we recently found out has a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos. She kept on. Even when the guy was recording her, and she was doing some crazy things with her tongue and sticking up her middle finger. So, hey. And then so now she's made herself the victim, right? So people are learning. Other people, I wouldn't be shocked if other people do this and start a give, send, go. And look at all the money. She did not work for any of that money. Look at that. Oh my God. And Tina is right. We're out here working for our money. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat, love. I'm sending you some hearts. Tijuana says, it's all gotten gain and it's ill-gotten gain. Yes. And the Bible's very specific about what happens to those who reap rewards that way. Tijuana Border Jumper. That's what I tell people who are so upset with the money she's making. What will it amount to, right? Ill-gotten gains. That's biblical. Yes, Tijuana. Oh my God. And again, all she had to do was say, hey, get out of my diaper bag. But, again, I don't think from what I've heard about her background, she needed some money. Okay. And I was watching one YouTube video, allegedly, you know, they said she'll probably smoke the money up. So I don't know what her lifestyle is, but I was watching some other YouTubers. So yeah. That's where we are. Jesus said nothing going into is wrong. What comes out of your mouth, what's wrong? When you say things to hurt people, then the Bible really hates politicians. Exactly. Darnell. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Because again, this story is not new. And I was going to share you. Let's share a little bit of Pierce. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. We're going to play a game, and I am giving away a Mother's Day gift. If you have Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle, I can send it that way. All right, so I'll stop sharing that. Yeah, who cares what people say? People are idiots. I tell my students that all the time. Share a little bit of Pierce to ruin your Mother's Day. He's a trip. Let me see if I can get to the part. So anyway, he appears to be so concerned. Then he has this other guy on there, but I want you to hear what this guy has to say.
It is my own business. You call him a... What you're advocating for, it seems, is that for the rest of Shiloh's life, she should be canceled and silenced rather than try to bring some redemption into the situation.
If you call black people the N-word and racially abuse them, unfortunately, yes, it has consequences.
Everyone's flipping out over Shiloh Hendricks and saying the N-word. Nobody flipped out like this when the United States was getting destroyed in 2020 because of black protests destroying every liberal city in America. So I don't want to hear it about, oh, she made $100,000 because she said the N-word. Who cares?
I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will
go
not
on then, say it. Say it.
Okay, and then we know again, this is when you know who flipped out.
No, I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me. So if
she's laughing, I don't blame her because he get some testosterone and calm down. That's why everyone laughed at him. And so yes, Tina. Bach, I've been called many names, even ones that haven't been heard. All right. So anyway, Diane, how many rap songs today that can't complete a bar without saying that word? Look at what just happened to Fat Joe. Diane, I never understood that. Right. Everyone turned on Fat Joe, and they're using that word in all their songs. So stop it. But anyway, let me go ahead and get the game ready. Have most of you seen this Piers Morgan interview, this panel that he had? Because I know I didn't want to play it. What I did, I put it in the description box. But I just wanted you to hear a little bit of it. But these people are nuts. Oh my God. On who can say what. And it is not that serious. And again, this idiot just called himself the N-word. Jesus Christ says in Matthew, it's not what you put in your mouth that makes you nasty, but what comes out. Right, Tina? You're absolutely right. See what he's saying.
Raising money for a racist.
I mean, I think the common thing
and projects. You know, I have an investment in believing X, so I'm going to jump in the comments of this GoFundMe, etc. I have an investment in Y. I'm going to do the same thing. But what I don't want to do is compare these two things as if they're opposite sides of the same coin. For me, the intention of the campaign matters. In the case of this woman who is using the N-word, the woman isn't disputing using the N-word. The woman isn't disputing being racist. And the comments that are being left on the site before they were suspended and the attitudes behind it weren't saying she's being railroaded, she's being misrepresented. They were simply saying, we support racism. And I think that's disgusting, no matter who's doing it. On the other hand, the people who are fundraising for Carmelo Anthony, the argument here isn't, yeah, we did something and we don't care, like the other woman. The argument is we're being misrepresented here. We're being railroaded. This was a self-defense claim. This is not an act of violence. This isn't first-degree murder. I'm saying what they're saying. This isn't my argument. They're saying this is a first-degree murder claim that is wrong. This is actually self-defense, and we need the money to make sure that we get a fair trial.
So anyway, that's enough of him. But anyway, I shared this, I think, in the description box, because we already know this guy. Again, he thinks men can have children. So, yeah. And you already heard the horrible things he said about this guy. So again, he's a black male. He can say and do whatever he chooses. But this guy, who he said is a fake black American, and then he's talking about these white women. Yeah, whatever. So let me put up the game. We'll go ahead and play the game. All right. And there's a code you have to put in to play. So I'll give you time for that. I'm like Tijuana border jumper. I don't give a care if someone calls me, who cares? I don't. All right. So what you're going to do is type in, go to Blookit, join, and then you see, I'm going to host it now. Go to play Blookit, and this is the code right here. I'll highlight right here. So again, if you're not familiar, you go to play Blookit.com, and it's for game ID. You're going to enter 7815760. U.S. Army retired. Morgan sitting there looking like Richard Craney. All right. I'll wait for you to join. You can join using your phone. You can join on your desktop, your laptop, your tablet. Okay. All right. All right. I'm still hope you're not having any problems joining. If you look right here, play.blookit.com, and then you're going to enter the game ID. The game ID is right here, 7815760. All right. All right. Is it anyone having any? All right. All right. There's one person. Tail Thistle. All right. Now, even though Blookit chose names for you, when I look at the final tally, I can see your actual name. All right. So those just joining, go to playblookit.com, and this is the game ID. We're going to play a game for a Mother's Day giveaway. All right. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button too, folks. Chicago Hood. Oh my God, did I miss it? I thought it was 6 p.m. today. Chicago Hood, that's okay. And you can go back and all right, Water Walker. You can go back and do the replay. Chicago Hood, Light Bright. Okay, they're joining. Go to playblookit.com. I have a Mother's Day giveaway today. And if you have Cash App or Venmo, that is how I will pay you. Okay. So we have 3. We need some more people to join. You can do it on your smartphone or Water Walker. Okay. Pixie Caster. All right. Anyone else going to join? As long as you have Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle, I can pay you. All right. I will give you another minute or so. Then I will start the game. Okay. All right. Anyone else going to join? This is what you use. Playblooket.com. And where it says enter game ID, you enter 781-5760. Can't do games, no Cash App, no Venmo, not good at game. I'm working still. Oh, Chicago. Okay. Well, you can still have fun just watching us play, okay? That's okay, Chicago. You'll love it when you do the replay. All right, are we ready? And I know some people may not be familiar with these games. We're going to start trying to do some more fun things though, okay? And I used to do this a while back, and then I got so busy. I was just like, okay. All right. I'll go ahead and start the game. It looks like we only have 4 people competing. All right. I'll put the music. I think you have, what, 10 questions to answer? All right, here we go. First person to answer 10 questions.
Ready, set, go!
Pixie Caster. Pixie Caster is the winner. Let me see who Pixie Caster is. All right, who's my Pixie Caster? Baldwin Birds. Woohoo! All right, Baldwin Birds. Let's give him a round of applause. There's the Mother's Day. There's the leaderboard. All right. Oh, wow. That was fun. How many of you enjoyed that game? Toy Mafia said, yo, that cat cheated. Oh, my God. Baldwin Birds, you are the winner. Bless you too, Chicago Hood. We're glad you're here. Baldwin says, I've played this game before. All right. So get used to it. We're going to start playing games a little bit more when I have time to add this info into the question and answer part. All right. That was fun. All right. How many of you enjoyed today's live stream? All right. I'm going to let you go. It is Mother's Day after all. And those of you who have your mothers, please cherish them and do all that you can for them while they are on this earth. Toy Mafia, I'm going to send you some cat hearts, love. There you go. And some kitties. There you go. All right. I'll be live. I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that. Jasmine, you joined too late. Baldwin Birds, Venmo or Zelle works too. Jasmine, I thought you were here, dear. All right. Okay, well, thank you for joining us, all of you. And again, I'll be live probably Thursday. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Back to work. Okay, Magamaha, yeah, get back to work, dear. We still have to pay these bills, don't we? Thank you, Baldwin Birds. I'm going to send you some kitties here. The kitties are for Baldwin Birds. Okay. And birds, the cat's going to eat you. All right. Yes, everyone, please enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day. And look for me to be live Thursday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, definitely Friday, probably Thursday and Friday. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all of you. And you know where I'm going now? Straight to the comment section. And I'll stay there as long as you are there. And thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. Coming to talk to you now in the comment section.